Hello, thank you for tuning in to our introduction to coaching. This is C3 Coaching from the Johnsorosa homestead. Hope that you'll take the time to go to our Facebook page and follow us there. And we also have a YouTube channel at Johnsorosa Homestead. My name is Kenneth. And this, like I said, this is going to be our brief introduction to our coaching. I'm going to try and pull up our slides and see how everything goes with this. Technology is a wonderful thing when I can figure out how to use it. Okay. So hopefully you're able to see this screen. First, we'll go ahead and get some of the contact information out of the way. Like I said, we're on Facebook. C3 Coaching from the Johnsorosa. You can jump on over there and click like and follow and catch up with our videos and updates. We are an active homestead, which means we raise farm animals, do a little bit of garden, and basically open up our lives so that people can see how you can be as self-sufficient and self-reliant as you possibly can, which to me that actually ties in pretty well with coaching. And we'll talk about that as we go through this introduction. So active on Facebook and then YouTube channel as well. YouTube channel is called Johnsorosa Homestead. I'm going to be uploading this video and any future videos to that. We do have some homestead videos on there now, but it's more just dealing with the homestead as far as the animals that we've raised in the past and that we're raising now. We do have some processing videos of chickens and rabbits and quail and so forth. So you may not want to watch those, and then again, they may interest you. So jump on over to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe so you can continue to get the videos there as well. And email address is johnsorosa@gmail.com. If you need to get in touch with us, you can also get in touch with us from the YouTube channel and the Facebook page as well. You can shoot us an instant message or direct message there. So, like I said, our coaching is, or my coaching is, I say our because the homestead is me and my wife, but the coaching is me. So it's C3 Coaching. The 3 stands for Christ-centered coaching. We don't hide it. We're not ashamed of it. We are Christians. I am a Christian. I live by faith. I believe the Bible has a lot to offer our lives. So, again, I don't hesitate to say that I'm a Christian. And any questions about that, feel free to contact us and I can talk to you more about my faith as well. But for me, there's 4 aspects, as you see on this screen, there's 4 aspects of the human life that intertwine with each other. You've got the spiritual aspect, the psychological, the mind aspect. You've got the social, how you interact with people. And then you got the biological aspect, physical. So all of those intertwine and they intersect. And for me, my faith directly, it centers me and grounds me in these areas. For me, spiritual is absolutely important. If I'm not spiritually in tune, if I'm not focused on my Creator, getting to know Him and interacting with Him, then I'm going to be off in the other areas. Psychologically, we got all of the issues of the soul that are going on. We need to find some kind of grounding there. Socially, there needs to be some connection with other people, relationships, building these relationships, getting to know one another. Even the conflict and the disagreements within the social atmosphere, that's still needed because it helps us mentally, it helps us to grow, it helps us to solidify the beliefs that we have as well as we engage with each other. Biologically, physical life, how our bodies react, how our bodies function, and even at the biological level, with for us on our homestead, the animals outside, how we function with them, how we relate to them, our animals, our pets, and we've got a dog and a cat, how we react to the benefits that come with being engaged with the rest of creation. So that's where the concept of C3 comes from. And then I totally believe in a holistic um, outlook or approach to coaching. Again, the spiritual, the psychological, the social, and the biological. I don't think you can separate them. We're so intertwined in these areas. And I think coaching just really hones in on it and is a real help to people once we understand what coaching is. So again, contacting us on Facebook, YouTube channel, email, and you can direct messages. I'm always eager to talk to people, share the insights that I have, help people as much as I can, especially in the realm of coaching. So for this introduction, I want to take care of three, I guess, basic questions. The first one is, what is coaching? Next one that we're going to look at, what led me to become a coach, and what type of a coach am I? So we'll briefly talk about these, and this will be our introduction. I do have some people that I'm talking to hopefully do some interviews about different specialties that they're involved in. Probably going to do some webinar type Zoom meetings where we're going to talk about different modalities as far as coaching goes. I've always heard that you need to stay in your lane. If I'm not an expert in an area, I can have some knowledge about it, but I don't need to be trying to teach people or treat people if I'm not an expert in that area. I can definitely have knowledge and be able to speak about it, but I need to make sure that I'm staying in my lane. So a coach, go ahead and answer that question. What is a coach? So a coach is not a counselor, not a therapist, not a cheerleader, but a coach is a helper. I think that for me, that's the best definition. A coach is a helper. Well, what does a coach help a client? We don't call them patients, but like a client, a member. I can't think of another word, but my mind goes blank sometimes. So what is a coach? A coach is a helper. We come alongside of an individual and walk with them, basically, not necessarily physically, but we walk with them in their journey, whatever it is that they're coming to the coach for. So there's many different types of coaches. I don't want to jump ahead on the third question, but you can be a leadership coach, an executive coach, a business coach, a health coach, a wellness coach, a life coach, a spiritual coach, a grief coach. It's almost like the possibilities are endless as far as what area of coaching somebody wants to specialize in. They want that to be their niche. So what that individual coach is drawn to, what they feel burdened for, they feel passionate about, that's normally what they're going to start focusing in on as a coach. So coaching is basically just there to help, to walk beside of that person, be an encourager, help them to figure out what direction to go, to work through ambivalence in making changes. Changes is a hard process of life, but change needs to occur. And sometimes we need somebody to partner with us, to be a collaborator with us. And that's where the coach comes in. The coach can be, or the coach a lot of times works in conjunction with a physician, a therapist, a physical therapist, a lot of different areas where a coach would come alongside of, let's say, a professional and help that client, help that person to achieve goals. So just comparing like a therapist, a mental therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever you want to call them, these different aspects of working with mentally ill, mentally challenged people, people in a mental disorder. So the therapist would actually diagnose and then they would prescribe treatment, medication, and so forth. And they would be dealing with the person's past a lot. So what happened in your past that caused you to get to where you're at now, whether it's depression, anxiety, um, some kind of disorder, whatever it is. So that they're going to deal with the person's past. Where a coach is, we're really focused on the present. We'll get into the past a little bit, just as long enough for us to better understand the person, but we're going to be focused on the present, and we're going to be focused on getting that person moving toward their future. Um, again, just a helper, walking beside of that person, encouraging that person, helping them to see the blind spots in their lives, helping them to be honest with themselves. A lot of times we can fool ourselves, but having somebody else looking with you at your life and giving you honest feedback helps us to see these blinders, to see places in our lives where we need to do some real soul searching and changes. So basically, that's what a coach is. What led me to become a coach? Um, I guess I should answer the third question first. What type of a coach am I? So currently, I'm a certified mental health coach. I'm certified through the International Board of Christian Counselors and Coaches, and that's through the American Association of Christian Counselors. So I'm a mental health coach. And again, it doesn't mean that I'm prescribing any medication. I'm not diagnosing any disorders or anything like that. I'm working in conjunction with the client, the person, and a professional that's helping them as well. And I'm going to do that in the context of my faith as a Christian, um, and allowing the Bible to be my main guide as far as helping people with mental disorders and issues and crises and so forth. So that's the first thing. I'm a certified mental health coach. I'm also a certified health and wellness coach, and I got that credential through Pain Coach Academy, which I'll talk a little bit more about that. It used to be Take Care TCCU, Take Care Coaching University, and then they changed it to Pain Pain Coach Academy because they wanted to focus on chronic pain. So chronic pain is what brought me to TCCU at the beginning of the year, because I've had some physical health issues over the last four or so years that's ended in multiple surgeries, treatments, and so forth on my spine. So I wasn't finding any relief or anything. So I wanted to try whatever was out there, and I looked into coaching, both to become a coach, but also to be coached, and that led me to taking a coaching course. So I received my health and wellness coach certification in May of this year, and in November of this year I'll be taking the national board exam. To just gives you more credentials. It makes you more legitimate in I guess society, because the National Board of Health and Wellness is like the top board in the United States as far as health and wellness coaches. So to be certified by them, it really helps you to be legitimate, because basically with coaching, anybody can be a coach. You can say you're a coach and you don't have to have any training or anything. So for somebody to go through the classes, to go through the exams, to go through the hours of practicum, and do their due diligence and training, you want that board certification. So that's what I'm going for in November. So in the meantime, I'm also taking Pain Coach Academy's advanced training on chronic pain management, and getting ready to finish that up. So my goal is, what type of coach am I? I'm a mental health coach. I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm actually already practicing, but I'm going to soon be a certified chronic pain coach. And again, it goes back to what I feel is a holistic look at the human body. So you've got the mind, which is the psychological part, the soul, spiritual. You've got the social issue, interacting with each other and society culture. And then you've got the physical, the mechanical, the biological. So that holistic aspect, I want to be educated enough on, and that leads me to certifications, but I want to be educated enough to where I can talk um, with understanding with different people, being able to help them in their journey, whether it's because they're having a mental crisis, mental disorder, mental illness, and I want to be able to help them as much as I can. Again, staying within my lane, what I'm qualified to do. Health and wellness goes back to the biological part. Sick people everywhere. All of us are experiencing physical pain in some way. So how can I help them? Whether it's diet, exercise, sleep, quitting an addiction, stress management, the list goes on of things that a coach will be able to help you with. Again, the spiritual aspect just incorporates all of these things so that you're not neglecting your interaction with your creator, with the creation. And again, everything just trying to be in harmony, be grounded, and enjoy life as much as possible. I'm very passionate about the chronic pain side. Again, having the surgeries that I've had, the different treatments that I've had. Thankfully, I haven't had to have medication. I've avoided that as much as possible because of family members that I've seen on opioids and what they went through with those. So I've tried to avoid medication as much as possible, and so far I've been able to. But going through coach certification process has been a life changer for me. I'm understanding what chronic pain is more, where it actually comes from. It's not always, or really majority of the time, chronic pain. And chronic pain is pain that lasts beyond 3 months. And the way that the experts look at it is it takes about 3 months for damage, tissue damage, bone breaks, whatever it is, to heal. So it takes about 3 months for the healing process to happen. So if you've got pain beyond that, then that's when they determine that it's chronic pain. And most of the time, if not all of the time, chronic pain is there, but there's no tissue damage. And that's why a lot of times when we who deal with chronic pain, we go in and we have, in for instance, with me, you have an MRI, you have a CAT scan, you have a myelogram, you have X-rays, and they really can't pinpoint where your pain's coming from. And the reason being is because with chronic pain, normally there's not any physical tissue damage. That's just the mind body concept. Your mind is overloaded. Your mind is, the wires have been crossed. There's a lot of different terms that we could use, but it's beyond, okay, well, just give me a surgery and it's going to fix me. And you look at the statistics on, let's take lower back surgery. The majority of the lower back surgeries do not stop the person's pain. And that's just the reality of it. So coaching is available, and in my determination, it's needed to bridge that gap between what the surgeons can offer, what physical therapy can offer, what pain management can offer, and then allowing a health and wellness, a chronic pain coach to come in and walk beside of that client, walk beside of that patient, helping them, teaching them, enabling them, equipping them to, through means within themselves. They're being educated, they're being taught these different modalities that are out there that aren't surgical, that aren't injections, that aren't medications, but they're still scientifically based, proven modalities, treatments that people can use to basically self-help. So the coach is positioned to be able to, especially in the chronic pain world, to step in and really offer hope to these people. And again, my personal testimony is, as a student going through the classes, it really helped me. It gave me so much hope to understand, just being able to understand where chronic pain comes from. That was just a game changer for me, because I never heard it from the orthopedic surgeon, the neurosurgeon, the chiropractor, the physical therapist, the pain management doctor. I never heard it from them. Where does chronic pain come from? Why is it that after the injections, after the ablations, and after the surgeries, does the pain persist? And there was really no answers to it. And a lot of times, the neurosurgeon would look at me. He was like, "There's nothing else I can do." And the pain management doctor told me those exact words. There's nothing else that he could offer me. I'd already been through all the conventional treatments, and there was nothing else that the pain coach or the pain management doctor could offer me. So when a person in chronic pain hears that, they're hopeless. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. So that's really what led me to the chronic pain coaching. Was I wanted hope. I wanted a way to be empowered to take care of myself. The doctors were telling me there's no hope. There's nothing else we can do. It's progressive. It's going to get worse. I didn't want to accept that. So that led me on that journey to become a certified coach. And that's my goal with C3 coaching, is to walk with people, help them as much as possible. Again, just to instill some hope, some value, some worth within their lives, that no matter what you're going through, the expectation for me is not to be pain free. I'm not even asking for that. Is to have as little pain as possible so that I can function in as ordinary a life as possible, to be able to live life, enjoy it, interact with my family, friends, do things as much as possible, and with as little pain as possible, without having to take any type of medication or anything, and to avoid surgeries, pretty much at all costs, as much as I can. So again, that's just where I ended up. So what type of a coach am I? I'm a certified mental health coach, certified health and wellness coach, and soon to be a certified chronic pain coach. Um, Health and wellness coach with specialty with chronic pain. I guess that would be better to say. And then in November, I'll be board certified health and wellness coach. But I'm also passionate about grief coaching as well. Um, Again, that aspect of it is the spiritual aspect and the soul aspect, and even the physical and social, if you think about it, because grief is not limited to the death of a loved one. You've lost a loved one. Grief, go back to the chronic pain. You're in grief. You're grieving because your body does not function the way that it used to. So you're grieving the loss of what you were capable of doing a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. And now, because you have a chronic illness or a chronic pain, disease, whatever, so now that person's grieving the loss of what life used to be. Just being able to move without pain, being able to get up out of the bed without intense pain. I mean, the list goes on of what a chronic pain sufferer would go through. So there's a grief involved in that. Some people that are injured on the job and experience chronic pain, and they're not able to go back to their job. So they grieve the loss of a career. They may have been at that job for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and now they're being told that they can never work in that industry again. So they would grieve that loss of that job, of that career. Again, so grief's not limited to the loss of a family member, of a human being. It could be the loss of many different things. And there's a term called like unrecognized grief where society doesn't recognize that person's grief. Um, and there's a list of um, topics that would be up under that, but it's still legitimate grief. So that's another thing I'm passionate about: trauma, how trauma is stored in the body, and how that affects, again, physical pain, um, digestion, mental awareness. It goes back to the spiritual aspect too. Well, we're a bunch of fallen, flawed, messed up people. And for me, uh, I would like to get this life as hope filled as possible. And ultimately, the only true hope, the only for sure hope that somebody's going to find is in that spiritual realm where we meet our Creator. We read His love letter, the Bible. We see what He's done for us. We see how much He loves us. And we respond to that love. We accept this free gift of salvation that He offers us through Jesus Christ. So, on the spiritual level, once we get that in order, He gives us His strength to handle everything else. He gives us tools, He gives us resources. Um, I think about everything that I've learned in over the past year concerning chronic pain and health and wellness, mental health, and God gave people the ability to communicate those truths so that people like you and I can hear it, can read it, can comprehend it, and then we in turn can tell somebody else and help somebody else with the knowledge that we've gained. So, from a spiritual standpoint, our Creator has done so much for us. He's given us so much hope. We just have to accept the hope that He offers us in the person of Jesus Christ. And for me, again, that was a game changer for me. But as you can tell, just because somebody takes that spiritual level, trust in the Lord, their life on this earth is not going to be easy. I became a Christian 26 years ago, and in 2018, I had my first spine surgery. 2019, I had my second spine surgery. In 2022, I had my third spine surgery. And in between all of that, I had different treatments, injections, again, ablations, um, physical therapy, chiropractic care, TENS unit. I mean, the list goes on of the things that I tried. So just because somebody's a Christian doesn't mean that they're not going to experience pain and suffering. But I still had the hope that, okay, well, if this pain and suffering leads to physical death, I've still got spiritual hope. So it helped me to continue on and to continue to find different ways to alleviate the physical pain. Even with mental, let's say mental pain, panic attacks, anxiety, fear, depression, bipolar, list goes on of all of these things. Christians experience that as well. It just shows that all of humanity is flawed, all of humanity is suffering. Um, and again, that realm of coaching, especially as a Christian who's practicing as a coach, you offer so much hope to people, encouragement. Um, this life is full of suffering, but there's hope. You can find joy in the midst of it. There's times and opportunities of laughter, of enjoyment, and we have to find these areas where it makes life worth living. When somebody gets so down because of physical health or mental health to the point where we don't want to live anymore, somebody, I would hope that somebody would be sent to offer them hope. I just lost my screen. Let's see what we've got going on. So I don't want to keep rambling, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Hopefully that's answered the questions. What is coaching? it's a means to help others. It's scientifically based. It's evidence-based. There's articles, there's research that proves, especially in the health and wellness, chronic pain, mental health area, there's so many documentation, so much documentation and research that's out there that shows that health and wellness coaching, mental health coaching, especially the chronic pain aspect coaching, there's so many benefits to it. Yeah, professionals are needed with their extra training, their specific areas of focus. They're needed, but the coach can fill in those areas where our health care system is lacking, especially in the mental health area. It's definitely lacking. There's not enough mental health counselors, therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, and so forth. That's not enough to meet the mental health need, especially since 2020. Chronic pain management with the insecurity of opioids right now and pharmaceuticals right now, we have all of these issues with supply and demand and so forth. And then we have all of the side effects from opioids. So chronic pain coaching comes in and again offers other modalities, but not just offering other modalities and treatments, but also walking with that person virtually. Not, I mean, not literally, but I mean, if you're local to my area and you want to walk while I'm coaching you, I can certainly probably do that. But coaching has an area, it has a place, and it has something to offer. So that's where we're at. C3 coaching from the Johnsorosa. The videos that I share, some of them's probably going to be from outside. You'll be able to hear the animals, the chickens and the ducks and so forth. And that's another modality that's out there. Animal assisted, you can call it therapy, interaction, whatever you want to call it, animal assisted coaching. The benefits from being around animals, farm animals, wild animals, whatever you want to call it. But that's C3 coaching from the Johnsorosa. Hope that you'll follow us on Facebook, keep updated. Again, YouTube channel, going to have videos updated or uploaded there. And that's Johnsorosa Homestead. If you want to get in touch with us, shoot me an email at johnsorosa@gmail.com. You can shoot me a direct message off of Facebook. I'm pretty sure you can contact us through YouTube as well. I'm going to probably send me an email. But again, I'm looking at it from a holistic point of view, not avoiding the spiritual, dealing with the psychological, dealing with the social aspects of life, dealing with the biological aspects of life. Again, my worldview is I'm a Christian. I believe what the Bible says. I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not a legalistic fanatic or anything like that. I'm just a lover of Jesus Christ because he so loved me, and I can't avoid that. People ask you, well, what nationality are you? Well, I'm an American. I was born an American. I'm a Southerner. You can probably tell my accent. I can't change my accent. I've tried, but for me, I just can't do it. I could probably denounce my citizenship as an American. I could probably change my name if I didn't want to be in the family that I am. If I didn't want to be associated with them. But there's one thing that I can't denounce, and that's who my God is, who my Savior is, and what He's done for me. So I am a Christian, and again, I don't shy away from that. I hope that you'll continue to stay tuned for videos. Again, I'm not going to be preaching at anybody, but I will be talking about things from a biblical point of view, from a Christian point of view. And about all I can say about that. Hope people don't get upset about that or anything, but that's just where I'm at. I'm C3 coaching from the Johnsorosa. This is our introduction video. Again, hoping to do some interviews with some people that have specialty areas as far as modalities, treatments. Not all of it's going to be around chronic pain. A lot of it's going to be, though. But we're going to be talking about mental health, health and wellness in general, exercises. There's a term called NEAT, and I can't remember it, but it's non-exercise. Oh man, can't remember it, but I learned it in class. But basically, it's taking household chores and making them into um, stretching movements and so forth. So again, not being stuck on regimented exercising, but getting some movement in there. So again, spiritual aspect, prayer, meditation, mindfulness, enjoying creation around us, getting outside, thinking about something beyond ourselves. That's one of the biggest concepts of spirituality in other areas outside of Christianity is being connected to the universe, to something bigger than yourself. So relate that to what I'm talking about as a Christian, seeing beyond yourself, allowing yourself to be used to the benefit of others, and allowing somebody to coach you and grow. If you'd like to have some coaching sessions, again, contact me in some way. We'll set up a schedule. I do most of the coaching sessions on Zoom. They're about 30 minutes long. Especially the introduction is just to get to know you, see where you're at, see where you want to go, see what you need help in, and beginning a game plan to assist you in helping yourself to be what you want to be. And again, that's what coaching is. So thank you for tuning in. Give us a thumbs up, a like, or something like that. Leave some comments. Just let us know what you think about this first video. Hope that you'll stick around for wherever we end up. It's going to be a fun ride. Looking forward to it. This is a new adventure for me, but I feel like this is my passion. This is what I have been left on this earth to do, is to help people. And for me, it's going to be in the realm of coaching. And hopefully y'all will enjoy it. You'll learn. It'll motivate you, get you excited about life, excited about what your higher calling is, what your purpose is, and seek to find out what it is and begin your journey as well. So until next time, we'll talk to you later. Hope that y'all have a blessed morning, evening, afternoon, whenever it is that you're listening and watching this. But until next time, y'all take care.